Hello students, I welcome you all to Current Affair Lectures by Azad ICS Academy, and today we are going to study the current affairs of 4th March. So before we start, let us see the answer for the yesterday's question, and the answer for the yesterday's question is obviously it's not the politicians, it's not the parents, it's not the teachers, it's the students who are going to be the stakeholders, who are going to be overlooked as a stakeholders in three language formula debate, right? So this is the answer for yesterday's lecture, and today we're going to see an important editorial, and that is nothing but Australia, the partner of India's growth trajectory. So we are going to discuss the international relation with India and Australia. So Australia is strengthening economic ties with India through new roadmap. So we are trying to have a new roadmap through which Australia is trying to, have a better relations with India. The roadmap focuses on trade, investment, energy, education, and diaspora collaboration. So these are the places where it is trying to focus upon. Now, Australia believe strong belief in India's growth. So Australia is basically believe in India. So we believe that India has a bright future economically. We believe that it would be the third biggest economy in the world by 2030. And we believe that India warrants greater political influence as the economy grows. That is why we back India claims to seat on the United Nations Security Council. So here, look at this. Australia is saying that India should sit on the United Nations Security Council because it says that we believe that India is going to be the third largest economy by 2030. So we also believe that the Australia is natural partner for India's growth because our economies are complementary. We produce the things that India needs and vice versa because they are strategically aligned, and because we are neighbors just across the Indian Ocean. So we can see that in Indian Ocean we are good neighbors, and that is why what we want they produce and what they want we produce, and it's a kind of a mutual thing that basically is happening, and that is why it's a good thing. A new roadmap, the next phase of ties. So why are we trying to have this kind of new roadmap? Let us understand that. See, a new plan has been launched to strengthen economic ties between India and Australia. The roadmap outlines how Australia can contribute to the benefit of Indian economic expansion. It builds a success. It builds on the success of 2018 economic strategy and reflects significant challenge in the global trade. Right? Impact of free trade agreement. The Economic Cooperation and Trade Agreement (ECTA) has helped trade between India and Australia grows significantly. So the economic cooperation that we have, especially here, you can see the economic cooperation and trade agreement that we have between the India and Australia relation has grown up from high end from our expectation. Taking this one telling static, India's exports to the world have grown by 35% in the last 5 years. So not bad, right? So India's export to Australia has grown up by 66%. So here you can see that the cooperation that is there between India and Australia is kind of very good. Now, what is Australia's contribution as well? See, Australia supplies India energy, critical minerals, and resource necessary for economy and industrial growth. So we are getting a lot of good things from Australia, especially here. You can see a lot of resources. We are getting critical minerals, right? We are getting energy to power our Indian economy, the power of manufacturing drive, okay, training capacity that India needs to skill up the next generation, Indian professionals and workers. All these things are, given by Australia to India. It also supplies Indian skill development initiatives to train millions of professionals. The key sector for future collaboration. So what are the future collaborations in which we can, go ahead? The roadmap charts the next phase of our partnership. Here, there are 4 or 5 things I would like to write. One is the clean energy that our focus should be on. Second, here is education and skills, because as I told you that, Australia can help us in getting skills, also education skills. Obviously, tourism, and another is agriculture as well. So agriculture to improve food security, trade, etc. These are the things on which we can work together. 7 other major economic areas like investment, technology, sports, culture. These are the other things that we can work. You can see investment, tech, sports, culture, and art, resources, defense, space, health. These are the other fields which we can work on contemporarily as well. Okay, or complementarily. In framing our partnership, we listen closely to India's ambition. A great example of India's ambition to manufacture electrical vehicles, when Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji talks about number of electrical vehicles growing eightfold in India by 2030, Australia responds that we have critical minerals and raw earth materials to realize that goal. Australia is the largest lithium producer in the world and has world's second largest reserve of coal and nickel and cobalt. So these are some things that electrical vehicles would require, and in our country we are trying to promote a lot of use of this particular vehicle, electrical vehicles. So that is why this becomes very, very important for our relation as well. Okay, so we are also getting a lot of support. So we are listening carefully to Indian voices about skill needs, and we hear that India need to equip to. So there are a lot of things that they're going to help us with, right? So what is it? Over a million people of Indian origin live in Australia, playing a key role in business and community development. The diaspora strengthens India-Australia ties by fostering mutual understanding and trade opportunities. Additionally, investments are also being done so that there is a lot of good relation that we have between these two countries. Now, how are we trying to strengthen this? Okay, the roadmap encourages Australian businesses to explore new opportunities in India. So obviously, it is going to be an invaluable asset. India, Australia deepen our understanding for each other and spark business opportunities. So whatever resources that Australia has can be given to India, and India can use these resources and become clean, become sustainable, you can say, or use cleaner energy. So it's good for each other. The next step to finalize the comprehensive economic cooperation agreement to deepen trade and strength. So we're also trying to do that we are trying to have a good progress where we are building high platform for the next stages of economic partnership as well, right? With the roadmap of place, the future of India and Australia economic relations look promising. So it's very good. The relation that we have with Australia looks very, very good. This is what it is trying to say. The next important thing or the next important article that we have is India's burden of rising obesity, the hefty cost to pay. So what you have to understand here is, okay, this is again related to health, social issues. What we have to understand is in the last 2 decades in India, the major problem that is there is basically with the food. Over last 2 decades, India has major shift in health trends, with obesity emerging as a serious challenge. So obesity is one of the serious challenge. According to National Family Health Survey, around 2019-20 suggests that nearly 1 in every 4 men and women are obese. Okay, you can see that so many people are becoming obese, right? And prevalence of overweight and obesity varies from 8% to 50% across different states and regions. India has one of the largest annual increase in the childhood obesity as per the World Obesity Federation. So the World Obesity Federation estimates that India's annual increase in the childhood obesity is also one of the world steepest. So here you can see that India has the largest amount of annual increase of children who are also suffering from obesity. A study of Indian Council of Medical Research estimates that 35 crore adults have abdominal obesity, 25 crore are suffering from general obesity, and 21 crores are have high blood cholesterol or blood cholesterol obesity. So these are the things. Why the subject needs the urgent attention. Okay, see, obesity is often seen as a personal issue and a societal trends to normalize it. India has transitioned from being calorie deficient to calorie sufficient. So over a period of time, we were calorie deficient. Now we are becoming calorie sufficient. Okay. Yet 78 crore people can't even afford a healthy diet. So we are becoming calorie sufficient, but still there are 78% or 78, around 55% or 78 crores of Indian population could not even afford a healthy diet, which is nearly 40% of the people falling short of inadequate or adequate nutritional diets. In the last 2 decades, easy and low cost availability of high fat, salt, sugar, and the ultra processed food have compounded the challenge. So these are the things that are basically making it more worse as well, right? So obesity is a major cause of diabetes, hypertension, and liver disorder affecting millions of Indians. So these are the issues that are going to be faced if you are obese. So you're going to face a lot of issues, especially when it comes to diabetes. You become diabetic, you become you're going to suffer from hypertension, and you will be suffering from liver disorders affecting millions of Indians. The global economic cost of obesity of India in 2019 was 28.95 billions. The Economic Survey 2024-2025 recognizes obesity as an emerging health crisis and suggests higher tax for, these ultra processed foods, etc. So UPF is ultra processed foods here, right? So this is the data here again, not important. Unlike underrated, they are not enough problematic initiative to tackle obesity. Though the national government promotes the Khelo India, Fit India movement, or Eat Right India campaign, there have been public disclosures for reduction in the cooking oil while households. There are initiatives which place far too much responsibilities to individual, even as the responsibility of most of the other stakeholders is underplayed. So here, what we have to understand here is that there is a lot of issues when it comes to policies. The public awareness should be created regarding obesity. Okay, there should be promising physical activities. I know we are having Khelo India, Fit India, or Eat Right India campaigns, but it is not up to the mark again, right? Regulations of unhealthy food consumption, what can be, what there should be, they should be taxed higher, while healthy foods should be taxed less, so that people are consuming healthy foods than ultra processed foods. Routine health monitoring, use anti-obese medicines also, workplace initiatives. So these are some of the things that can be done. So obesity is a major problem when it comes to India. Okay, a comprehensive multi-pro approach is necessary to promote healthier India, right? So people, if they are healthy, then it is good, right? So that is what we have to understand from here. Now, which agreement has been contributing significantly to the growth of India-Australia economic relation? Try to find out the answer for this particular question. Okay, if you have any doubts, you can please put it in the comment section. Put your answer also in the comment section. If you can, write an explanation also to it so that it becomes easier for everybody else who is reading these comments. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's class. Thank you so much.